I'll get better at that one of these days. Salutations, I'm the Crimson Gentleman, and welcome back to Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, and in this episode we are going to be jumping right into the mission known as Skullface, which might be the last mission? It sounded like it might be, but who knows with this game, it's really hard to tell. I'm gonna bring some killing weapons, but I'm not gonna. I like taking down bosses without the killings. This is important, so I'll do it at night, because it's probably going to be difficult. Yeah. When selecting or equipping a primary, secondary, or weapon, tap the directional buttons. There's quick choose weapons, and this is known as a quick change. As a quick change. This is known as a quick change. As a quick change. And you've been able to do that since the first game, I'm pretty sure. Well, not the full direction thing, but a similar type of a mechanism. Tapping up. I think it might have been a double tap. Northern Kabul, Afghanistan.
The research facility Emmerich was talking about is north of the Soviet base.
Okay.
That's where Skullface is keeping Sahelanthropus before setting it loose in Afghanistan. There's a good chance he's got nukes too. Boss, we need to figure out what Skullface is up to. If you make contact with him, get him to talk. The ethnic cleansing parasites, Sahelanthropus. Find out what his plans are.
This is awesome. We're all going in.
All we know is that Skullface's plans are on the verge of fruition. We need to stop him while we still can.
Take vengeance on Skullface. Ugh. I love Metal Gear Solid. Will always be one of my favorite series of all time.
Be careful down there, boss.
Alright, quiet. You go scout there. Man. Meanwhile, I shall start a cassette tape.
About this OKB-0 Emmerich was talking about. Its location
Soviet soldiers in that area are all dead. Apparently XOF unleashed the Russian parasite strain. To isolate the facility, they first spread reports of a chemical weapon leak. The infection won't spread into the surrounding regions. Still, I think they just exterminate the men who work with them all this time.
Yeah,
Skullface must be making his final play.
must be.
About this OKB-0 Emmerich was talking about. Its location and features match the citadel in the mountains northeast of the Soviet base camp. Built during the time of Alexander the Great, it was left in ruins following one of Genghis Khan's campaigns. Its occupants changed time and again due to war, and it was expanded on more than one occasion. Ultimately, it fell into the hands of the Soviet philosophers. The Soviet army was using it as the headquarters of its Afghan invasion force. But it would seem that Skullface's connections with the philosophers gave him license to develop Sahelanthropus there. And that's what Emmerich was doing at the place, before he got the axe. But OKB is a designation the Soviets use for weapon design bureaus. There's no way they'd have one of those in Afghanistan.
You'd think,
And
right?
in principle, the numbers that follow OKB are always integers above 1. There is no 0. Perhaps this was a secret facility of the Soviet and Chinese philosophers dating back prior to World War II. Though it's more likely Skullface just picked a fake name that more or less fit the Soviets' pattern. He doesn't go there often, but he sure as hell won't miss this. They use the heliport on top of the tower for his visits. Start by heading for the heliport. Then wait for your chance to make contact with Skullface.
The place around here might be deserted.
It seems Sahelanthropus's armor is made from
I like that
depleted
A48
uranium
now.
that offers some serious protection. The U.S. military is planning on using it for its main battle tanks, too. Maybe that's where Emmerich got the technology.
Uranium. They're using nuclear fuel for armor now.
No. What they use for nuclear fuel is uranium-235,
Yeah.
which is extracted from natural uranium. Depleted uranium is a byproduct of that process. Sort of like the leftovers, I guess. The garbage. Uranium-235 makes up 0.72% of...
Eli snuck into the cargo on board the chopper. His idea of an escape attempt? Who can say? We'll think of how to deal with him later.
Snake, do you read me? I know more than anyone about OKB-0 and Sahelanthropus. Boss, I've made up my mind. I want to be of use to you, not him. Let me work to pay for what I've done. I'll prove it, that I've always been your ally.
Boss, I'll be focused on coordinating backup here in Mother Base. The chain of command is still in place. If you have orders, give them through Miller as usual.
Skullface is in OKB-0. Start by making contact with him. The facility itself is under the control of XOF, Cypher's strike force. We have no hard data on their force strength, so your judgment in the field will be key. Boss, we're finally here. Find Skullface and take everything from him. XOF has occupied the facility. Skullface must be close.
Let's start this back up, since again no one's talking.
That offers some serious protection. The U.S. military is planning on using it for its main battle tanks, too. Maybe that's where Emmerich got the technology.
Uranium. They're using nuclear fuel for armor now.
No. What they use for nuclear fuel is uranium-235, which is extracted from natural uranium. Depleted uranium is a byproduct of that process. Sort of like the leftovers, I guess. The garbage. Uranium-235 makes up 0.72% of natural uranium, whereas depleted uranium contains only 0.2%.
What are the benefits of using it for armor?
It's a pretty short list. Uranium's a heavy metal, like lead, meaning it can hold a greater amount of kinetic energy. But it also boasts a hardness closer to tungsten. That makes it an ideal material to use for, say, armor-piercing ammunition penetrators. But it's not the best choice for armor. Its volume is less than that of ceramics, but for an equal weight, you could end up with less protection.
So why use it then?
According to Emmerich, it came down to him being unable to source ceramics technology from a manufacturer. Plus, given that it's an upright walking vehicle, he wanted to reduce the bulk of certain areas. Despite all that, depleted uranium still makes for some tough armor, and Emmerich says it's been proven in live fire tests. It stops most Soviet tank shells.
Gosh.
Go, Tucker. What are the metallic archaea?
Volcanic craters spewing sulfur. Water hot enough to boil your skin off. Ocean depths of 800 plus atmospheres. Wastelands radioactive enough to kill you where you stand. There are groups of organisms that survive despite. No.
Like the
Because
tardigrades.
of living in such environments.
I've heard about them. Extremo... something.
Extremophiles.
Extremophiles. By selecting certain species, then subculturing and repeatedly modifying them, I created a metallic offspring of pure archaea. They subsist on metals rather than organic matter.
And some of them even consume uranium?
Yes. Uranium enrichment archaea metabolize only uranium-235. As a result, they produce weapons-grade enriched uranium.
How is that possible?
Consider how plants fractionate carbon isotopes when they conduct photosynthesis. Nature possesses abilities
They've all
beyond
got
our
really good
imagination.
helmets.
So it was Archaea that brought down your chopper?
Corrosive archaea, yes. They oxidize metals, feeding off the energy in the electrons they receive. What became of the wreckage?
We had the R&D team retrieve samples for study in airtight plastic containers, of course.
Prudent. We shall extract archaea from it in good time. They should help you fight back against Black Anna.
Any chance we could start now? It doesn't have to be a lot. I might just have another use for them.
If it's only a small amount you need.
That's fine. I'll get the R&D team to assist. Let's go.
South Africa was previously suspected of developing nuclear weapons. It already had a conspicuous presence at the UN because of apartheid and its armed expansionism. But when neighboring Angola and Mozambique became socialist countries in '74, South Africa felt hounded into a corner. So it accelerated its nuclear program to protect itself. 3 years later, the Soviets discovered a test facility, and 2 years after that, an American satellite observed a flash in the southern Indian Ocean. It said this was South Africa conducting a nuclear test with the help of a certain ally. Skullface used the situation in South Africa to get this ally to lend a hand. They both wanted nukes, so it was a mutually beneficial relationship. On the surface, anyway.
I figure South Africa started getting serious about nuclear weapons production in '75. In '74, the government was still able to get by with bluffing that it had a nuclear arsenal. But the year after, word spread that an independent armed group in the Caribbean was crushed by Cypher for possessing a WMD. That's right, boss. What happened to you and your men was the reason South Africa decided to push ahead with nuclear development. A force independent of any country getting its hands on a nuke.
Nice.
That was a threat to the existence of countries everywhere. It wasn't just South Africa. Your presence pushed a lot of...
He's coming too. Roger that.
The world was scared of you. You were a threat to more than just the Cold War. If nations are gears in a machine, you had the power to smash them loose and watch the whole world grind to a halt.
That's awesome. Dragging into the darkness.
Speak. Where are your friends?
Okay. I wish there was some way to get even better at fault thing. There's some way that it would just always work and be like stealthy, and I wouldn't have to worry about stuff in front of them. But I mean that's completely impossible, of course. But
Subject
like,
on board.
because of the balloon
Leave the
thing.
rest to us.
But it'd be cool if there were some other way of doing it too. And who knows? I got a parasite suit, so maybe there'll be even more really good upgrades. But I kind of feel like that might be like the last really good upgrade, and that wasn't that great because you have to get parasites and you have to get them from missions where they already exist. So you know, not sure what to do here about these. How good are these guys? Oh, they're pretty good. Well, he's pretty good. I might should just leave him. I'll come back for him later. if I have to. I got two pretty good guys now. And I'm sure like everybody here is really good. I don't need to take everyone down. Just having them not even know about me would be even better.
Good work. 2 more gates to go. Still all quiet at the silo. No sign of Skullface or his Goliath.
Surely they can't already have... No, never mind.
Boss, get down. The enemy sniper. Stay low and crawl along the ground. That should enable you to sneak past enemies.
Thanks for the help. Quiet. Updated how? So there's the second gate and there's the third gate over there, and that's the silo. There's a lot of people I have to get past. Man, this is really reminding me of like the first game. Just because I'm having to like actually sneak and stuff. I just have to just go past the people. Just get past them quietly. Just don't let anyone see you. Take people if you can, but really try not to. Trying even not to shoot at all. Trying to really sneak up behind people to take them out if I have to, because I can't shoot them. Because they've got their helmets and stuff. They've got really good armor. So it's just if I'm going to take them down, it has to be with my bare hands, and it's very cool. Okay, we're getting close. Okay, we're getting there. The weather wasn't clear. Kind of turned toward me, so I didn't want to get seen by it.
Alright, you're through the second gate. Only 1 gate left. From here on in.
No! I was trying to sneak down. Curses. I was trying to get down more. Not up. Curses. And all those people I passed here. Yeah. cutting people out. Very good. She's taking off their helmets, please. Doing so well, and then I stood up instead of crouching. I held it for a long time, but trees in the way. Have anything that can take off their helmets, so I have to do that before I can take them out. Unless I hit them in the shoulders and stuff. Hey, good job, Quiet. We're doing good, Quiet. We're doing good. Here, does it know where I am? Goodness. Oh. Gosh. Good lord. Do not like that. Oh dear. elevator. Oh, that's familiar. Going up. Okay, going up.
They stopped coming after you. His ride has arrived. Don't let Skullface get away. Stop him at the heliport.
Okay.
Boss, can you see the heliport? Skullface is right there. Make contact with him and make him talk. We have to stop him before his plan is set in motion. Sahelanthropus is somewhere inside there. First of all, make contact with Skullface.
Okay, I did it. I made it in time. Even though it was all windy and no, I could not see the heliport. I could just see the helicopter. Lights, the lights of the helicopter. Nope, the air cleared up. Are you Psycho Mantis?
You too have known loss, and that loss torments you still.
I think they're a match for me. Also, what's that, like a clown helicopter?
You hope hatred might someday replace the pain, but it never goes away. It makes a man hideous, inside and out. Wouldn't you agree? We both are demons. Our humanity won't return. You, me, we've no place to run, nowhere to hide. And that is why I'll show you my demon. Follow me, big boss!
Just go along with him for now. We're ready to fight if it comes to that. That's our leverage against him, our deterrent. He doesn't want a war on his hands.
Okay.
Whatever the Navajo told you, it's just one possible solution derived by Cypher. My will is different. I've known you since your time at Langley. I've long been the other side of your coin. 1964, Soviet territory. Vox's first mission. Any mess you made, I was there to clean up.
Oh, really?
You completed your task, and admirably. The information you returned was far more than enough to fill our pockets. With it, our futures became, more or less, set in stone. Then the Major came to me with an idea. Washington doesn't know how to spend money, he said. I'd like to redirect it. His goal was an organization dedicated solely, covertly, to supporting America. Cypher. You know the rest. To him, it was mourning the loss of his friend. Or rather, an act of revenge on the world, but America most of all.
Use this elevator. Oh, we're going down.
America
down.
is a country of liberty, a meeting of immigrants. Instead of simply assimilating, its citizens live alongside others. Their roots are very diverse. America's never been made up of just one. But he tried to forge a single consciousness for it and from it. The idea that every citizen would use free will to unite behind their country. Unilateralism like that can't be entrusted to any one individual. So the Major sought a system that used information, words, to control the subconscious. To unite America and the entire world. The Major thought this was his friend's will. But I think he never understood what she wanted. Before he ever walked or cried, even before he was born, his mother tongue was English. He doesn't know the pain of losing his own language. Not yet. He cannot understand her will. I do. I was born in a small village. I was still a child when we were raided by soldiers. Foreign soldiers. Torn from my elders, I was made to speak their language. With each new post, my masters changed, along with the words they made me speak. Words are peculiar. With each change, I changed too. My thoughts, personality, how I saw right and wrong. War changed me, and not only my visage. Words can kill. I was invaded by words, burrowing and breeding inside me. A philosopher once said, "It is no nation we inhabit, but a language." Make no mistake, our native tongue is our true fatherland. My fatherland, my truth was stolen from me. And so was my past. All that's left is the future. And mine is revenge. On those who leech off the words of their fellow man. This is what I learned from the Major. And then it hit me. It was he who should feel my wrath. He and the code he chose as basis for control. Language codes, information codes, beamed all around us, genetic codes spanning history. By controlling the codes, Cypher Zero intends to unify the world. Codes implanted into our heads, sucking our minds dry as it spreads from one host to the next. A parasite upon this earth, that is what Zero is. As one born into this world, he's afflicted. I hold him responsible for killing my freedom. Killing all traces of my past. Killing any promise of a future. We are all but dead men forced to walk upon this earth. A world reduced to zero. Cypher plans to use its codes to control the world. They think they can. And the mother tongue of all those codes is English. The word became flesh. The final parasite. It knows English. An English strain of the vocal parasite. I will exterminate the English language. With this, I'll rid the world of infestation. All men will breathe free again, reclaim their past, present, and future. This is no ethnic cleanser. It is a liberator. To free the world from zero. Let the world be. Sans lingua franca, the world will be torn asunder. And then it shall be free. People will suffer, of course. A phantom pain. The world will need a new common tongue. A language of nukes. My metal ears shall be the thread by which all countries are bound together. In equality. No words will be needed. Every man will be forced to recognize his neighbor. People will swallow their pain. They will link lost hands. And the world will become one. This war is peace. When the world witnesses Sahelanthropus, the hands of the doomsday clock will roll on, regardless of zero. Sahelanthropus will take the first giant step into a brave new world. It is the bell with which a world trodden upon by words declares its independence.
We are here. Remember the Alamo.
On station to provide cover. Get us on
Quick way.
Roger that.
We're not the only demons in this world. Like you, vengeance is all he has. It's man's thirst for revenge that drives the times.
Bye-bye, man on fire.
Just as you live because of me, he lives because of you. Show him!
Okay. And he does have spikes in his head similar to mine. I've always thought that this whole game. What's the little psycho boy or girl doing there floating? So it's like he's conjured up completely out of his mind. Use the water gun. I wish I had my water gun with me. Wear a mask, the same as Psycho Mantis. Could he really be Psycho Mantis' child?
Wait! Who is doing this? Such a lust for revenge? Who?
Do you really think that's gonna work? Goodness. I got in the truck. Like, I can run faster than the truck, so. That's gracious. To be continued again. My goodness. Psycho Mantis as a kid. It is Psycho Mantis as a kid. Okay, cool. Been thinking that. 1 out of 6. Yay. 2 out of 6. Base. Recover. Get information from Skullface. Okay, cool. Aww, this is the first time I've gotten a C. Only because I he didn't. All because I held X and he stood up instead of going prone. It's a shame. Oh well, it's not that important. I can always go back and do it again if I gotta. Skull, Face, Cypher, Xav. Yay, got some elite skills. A++ at boxes. Speaks Latvian. A++ at signals. A++ at medicine and base building, or hexagons. Got A+, it's German, A+, and we got some A's. Okay. Whoa, whoa. Okay. So now we go and we continue it again. The 6th continue in a row. 50 total tactical takedowns. Yay! 2A plus guys. And then 50 total interrogations. We got an S. Signals. And achieve an intel tape display rate of 40%. Yay!
Emmerich uses externally powered legs of his own design. It's bionics technology, a product of the U.S. military's failed attempt to develop a powered exoskeleton. All the wearer has to do is apply a little force, and the actuators continue the movement in that direction. But his legs are unique. Instead of using a hydraulic mechanism, the actuators run off metallic archaea. That increases the actuator's reaction speed and also enables him to lock and release the joints at will. The legs are a nifty little gadget, but they have two clear weaknesses. First, they're dependent on external power, maybe because he built them knowing he couldn't leave his lab. There's no internal battery. That's why they won't work if they aren't plugged in. Second, and this is more than just a weakness, the legs are directly connected to his bones. Could be to minimize signal loss and the orders output to the legs and the drive response from them. Either way, Emmerich has used bolts to attach load-bearing parts directly to his femurs. Probably by mimicking surgical treatment for compound fractures and the like.
Okay.
But the end result is those legs and his body are fused together.
I think that's my first C.
That appears to be how he's able to move them
That's
so
my first
precisely.
C since 9.
That also means that any shock to the legs would be delivered right to his bones by way of those bolts. The same is true if he encounters the corrosive metallic archaea. If the corrosive archaea ate into the exposed bolts, they'd reach the endoskeleton parts and eat through them too in the blink of an eye. The doctor's bones are full of holes to accommodate all the bolts. They're like sponges. If he were to lose the reinforcing parts, even the tiniest bit of force or weight would snap his bones. So when I dangled those corrosive metallic archaea in front of him, he realized straight away what would happen. Life wouldn't be worth living if he lost those legs of his. I'd bet that is what the doctor fears the most. I just helped him imagine what it would be like. Thanks to that, I got the information we needed without either of us getting hurt. You know how he is. He's probably already over the shock. The better you know your adversary, the easier it is for you to get information from them. And vice versa.
And that is why Ocelot is the greatest interrogation specialist in the world. So I'm wondering what to do here. I feel like I'm gonna need to use one of these loadouts. Thinking this one. Okay. But yeah, did I show you guys? This is what the parasite suit looks like. Without using the abilities, it's not that good. Like, it looks amazing, but without using the abilities, it doesn't help you sneak, and it doesn't really provide any armor. So, you know, and I could use the battle dress because that provides a lot of armor, but it doesn't look very good. It just looks super fat. And it's just gross. So, I'll just stick with this because it looks cool and snake-like to me. Okay, so let's fight this Sahelanthropus. Okay. Hello, Connor556. How is it going? Alright, episode 31, Sahelanthropus. No, puss is Greek for foot. As an octopus, 8-footed. So it's something foot. Hey, look, it's Eli. Who I still feel like is Liquid. Like, he reminds me of Liquid, and I think the timeline would match up. He's blonde, and he's very fast.
Spike on the RWR. Strange PRF.
Or he's just someone new. Eli, the white mamba.
Lost. Can't maintain RPM. We're settled.
You should make something. You do look like you could look like Snake when he was younger. What? Huh? Oh. It's Psycho. Hey, if this is Liquid, then this would be like their first meeting when they're gonna like learn to work together.
Recovered control. Ascending.
Hey, Snake. There's something wrong with Eli.
His clothes do look an awful lot like Big Boss's. If I remember what happened. If I remember from Ground Zeroes what he was wearing.
Wait! Who is doing this? Such a lust for revenge? Who?
I wonder if we can meet Vulcan in this at all. Anything about a woman sniper who'd be a girl. Sniper wolf. Vulcan Raven. Psycho Mantis. Liquid Snake. I feel like there was a cat. Oh, and Revolver Ocelot, of course. We do know where Ocelot is. So we know Ocelot, Mantis, Snake. We don't know Vulcan Raven or Sniper Wolf yet. Run, Snake, run! Come on, you can run faster than that. You got mobility 3. Run! Run faster! Gosh. I don't know which part to see is the eyes. Like the red parts. Oh dear. Goodness gracious.
PRF anomaly. Quick is outbound. Reporting the AO for now.
All units, move in!
It is Liquid. Okay, cool. Oh, Vulcan's one of the child soldiers. Ah, I guess that would make sense. I feel like this is not gonna work. He's got a giant, like, acid, like, flame sword whip thing that causes the ground to shoot up. Goodness. Maybe we get some of those corrosive parasites. Would that work at all? It's got uranium plating, so that might not work. Gosh. This thing's a ninja. Why did Huey have to be so good at designing things? Those fast moving. Yeah, that makes sense. It does look like a weak point. I was thinking that. Got a nuclear railgun. Okay. I'm guessing he's not actually dead. He's trapped a little. Okay. The white one's probably. Run! Ah! Yeah, not dead. Who would have thought it?
Cypher will rewrite the records, and I will vanish from human memory. But the thirst for revenge that I have planted will infest the system. No one can stop it now.
Okay.
Sahelanthropus will unleash that thirst unto the future.
Probably.
Major, I'm burning up!
Boss, get out of there!
No, I've got to destroy it, Kaz. Oh, alright, I guess I'll leave. Alright. Even though I can run faster than this thing. I can drive. And all this is way easier to hit.
Out about Sahelanthropus. Skullface will have won. His plans will become reality. He won't even need to use nukes. That thing's mere existence would be enough to enslave humanity to the fear of nuclear Armageddon. It would tear the world apart.
Oh, someone's gonna find out about it. Goodness gracious.
Boss!
It's okay, Kaz. It's just a flesh wound.
Stop it, boss. Destroy
Okay.
Sahelanthropus.
Alright. I can do that, I'm sure.
Boss, stop Sahelanthropus. Destroy that thing. I'll rally Diamond Dogs and provide backup.
Ah! Ow. Good.
Supply drop, hurry!
Well, if I'm gonna get supply drops, I may as well just use this, right? Ow. Oh, I missed. missed. Hit one directly. Oh, dang it. I'm out. Where is this? Where is it? Ah! Dang it, he turned. I'm trying. Dang it, he turned again. Yeah. Oh, there's a rock in the way. No! Ah! Dang it, he keeps turning right at the wrong spot. Yeah, well, that's my job, isn't it, Miller? Hang on, there's still long enough for me to dodge and then shoot him. Oh dear. I don't know what that is, but I do not like it.
Supply drop, hurry! Find cover!
Coming after ours. Take it out. Shot down the chopper. Already a backup chopper. Call from your iDroid.
Goodness, everything just... The controller just died out of nowhere. Okay, I thought the game was frozen. Whoa. Oh, there he is. Get him quiet. Get him. You have the equipment to deal with this kind of thing. Totally. Is it impervious right now? Whoop.
You can do it, Snake.
Yeah, I'm trying. Give me a moment, Miller. Ow. Ow. Dang it, it keeps turning. Gosh. Come on, Snake. Come on. Liquid, stop being crazy. Don't let him get in your head. Hi. Alright, come pick me up already. Not that great of a battle tank if you can take it down with one man. It's amazing. Hey, quiet. You were slightly helpful, I presume. Probably distracted it a bit, I guess. Well, open the door. What are you doing in my helicopter now? You weren't in my helicopter before.
Snake!
Hey. Uh-oh. Hey, Eli.
Let's see Skullface.
And there we go. The end of the game, maybe. Probably not. It doesn't feel quite like ending. Hey, Miller. Miller. Hey, Emmerich. Emmerich. Poor Mr. Face. Should like paint a face on his face. That's revenge. I thought his legs had to be hooked up to something. Didn't they say that? Is it hooked up to the helicopter right now?
There were 3. Where's the other?
Very close to you.
It's in my armpit. That one didn't go poof. Oh yeah, see, it's still there. Ah. Mantis, stop it. Dang it.
Finish me.
I knew it didn't sound like that one. It died. Keep your gun, Skullface. Kerpow. Oh, I see. Okay. He looked like a little boy person. Am I missing? Gotta aim for the head. That's really brutal. That sure is some revenge. I mean, he'll very likely bleed out now. Probably not because of how these games work, but...
Do it yourself. Mission complete, boss.
No way, Voldemort. Kick him in the face, Huey. Kick him in the face. Oh. Huey killed him.
I did it! Revenge!
Target destroyed. Quiet. Standing down. Challenge task achieved. Convince Horcrux to join. Nice. Wow. Skull. Got an A. Butterfly. What? Why am I a butterfly now? You have to be a butterfly? I don't want to be a butterfly. I want to be an octopus. Yeah. Super cool.
Anyone can give up his fight by laying down arms. But the feeling of holding a gun, that we'll never forget. Like our lost limbs. The sensation lingers.
Hey, Ocelot.
Here she comes! Here she comes!
It's one of those kids is Vulcan Raven then? Oh, is this the battle gear maybe? Oh, they brought back some philanthropists. Cool. Now we've got her. Or him, or whatever. So as quiet as somehow Sniper Wolf, which I don't think is possible, because I'm pretty sure Sniper Wolf speaks.
We hold our rifles in missing hands. We stand tall on missing legs. We stride forward on the bones of our fallen.
Yeah.
Then, and only then, are we alive. This pain is ours, and no one else's. The secret weapon we wield, out of sight. We will be stronger than ever, for our peace.
What's Mr. Face doing there?
Sahelanthropus will unleash that thirst unto the future. Those were his last words. Cause. Pretentious to the end. Still. Doesn't feel like this is over. And I'll never be whole again.
There are an estimated 7,100 languages spoken in the world, but only 6 are designated as official languages of the United Nations. One of these is English, those are dominant lingua franca of modern times, and 5% of the world speaks it native.
In the deepest night, reaching out, grasping for a fleeting memory.
Well, okay then.
Keep piercing this broken mind. I fall, but I'm still standing, motionless.
Oh dear. Doesn't even know he's his own son, kind of clone, but, you know. Hey, Kiefer Sutherland is apparently Snake now. Stubbs.
Words that kill. Would you speak to me with your breath so still? It makes me believe in the Father's eyes. Let me suffer.
What? Strange Love, Zero, cinematics, minigame stuff, CQC action, Motasada Mori, D-Dog. D-Dog, what? D-Dog? It's D-Dog. This? Something I can skip? Is that okay? Okay, here are rewards. Sahelanthropus 3, Skullface Objective 1, Metallic Arcade 3, Kotalkin is Research 1, and Sahelanthropus 2. We also got Raging Sword Nuclear Butterfly. Got Nuke Emblem, Raven Sword, Butterfly. Nuclear weapons can now be developed or disposed of? Read the Hydroid resource for details. Interesting. Nuclear weapon disposals trial is now available. View trial records. Huh. Legendary soldiers. Gray Chameleon. S plus. An S plus medicine lady. She's a surgeon. Whoa, we also got an S plus communications person. Got an S plus support. You get an S plus for everything. An S plus hexagon guy, base building, R&D, combat. Yeah. Got some elite soldiers too. Got some A pluses. Got an A. Wow, cool. We got 6 S plus people. Coming in chapter 2. What? Chapter 2.
This man acted as accomplice to the attack on Mother Base. Why are you here? Revenge against the boss.
I'm not like you.
I think it is time you knew.
I'll go alone.
Boss, what are you?
We can't afford to lose anyone else.
What if she's a spy?
What if I'm a spy? You?
What should we do, boss? Just give the order.
You're right. He is not one of us.
Boss.
Snake?
To be continued. What? What? Chapter 2. Chapter 2 race? There's a whole second chapter? That was just the first chapter? What? What?
Attention! Diamond Dogs! Even with Skullface dead, our brothers are unavenged. And the phantom pain he brought us lives on.
Why is it all
Cypher
black?
is still out there. We know they planted spies, parasites among us. Watch the man to your left, to your right. Assume nothing. Report everything. It's the only way to protect ourselves. From here on out, you will be my eyes.
Is he
The
blind?
deadliest enemy's right here in our
He's
midst.
been blind this whole time?
And they will get no mercy.
Alrighty then. No mercy. Okay, well here we are for
Even with
this.
Skullface dead, our pain is still right with us. We need more strength. We need more men. Diamond Dogs needs to be bigger.
Boss is watching.
Missions have come in too. We still have a long road ahead of us.
Okay. Interesting. Need some challenge tasks. Achieve a mission task completion rate of 30%. Yay! Achieve the mission task, steadily hit the floating boy with an attack. Okay. Completed rank A or above. Nice. Also got lots of cassette tapes. Got 3 missions. Got To Know Too Much, Subsistence, and Extreme. Back up, back down. I don't know what extreme means. From high level to chicken out of reflex mode. Unavailable? What? What? So this is the ultimate in solo infiltration. All weapons and items, OSPs, on-site procurement. Trigger is when splattered with buddy deployments, but helicopter attacks and support strikes unavailable. Really? What? What? Gosh. That's gonna be difficult when we get to that. What about you guys? Okay. You know what we should do while we're here? Capture the legendary Ibis. Okay. Mother base soldiers. Nice challenge. Okay. Eli's challenge then. Let's do that since we're here. Yeah, we gotta go way to. So, way over there. Alright, so let's go to Eli's challenge then while we're here in Mother Base, because I want to do that on stream. And then I can go do other stuff off stream perhaps, depending. We can pass her without a G, just help. Maybe I'm not. It's hard to tell. I'm very fast though. I don't know what kinds of weapons I'm going to be allowed to use during the Eli thing, or if I'm going to be allowed to get my own. Goodness, there are a lot of. This is just longer than it normally is, really. This is here. Alright, let's go. We're just having fast here. Uh-oh. You're welcome. It's what I do. Because I don't really choose my weapons and I can't use lethal ones because I wouldn't want to lethally hurt him. Ow. Set me on fire? Yeah, did it. supposed to be the best of everything that I have.
Has that rat finally accepted that he lost? Hopefully now he'll be a bit more obedient.
Plus children? What? What do you mean plus children? What does that mean? You can't just make children like, I mean, I guess we do have a few women. Petrol bombs. Hydroid. Let's have the new one. Plus children. Enables extraction of children. Okay, sure. I guess that's going to be happening sometime soon, or going to be necessary, or something. I guess. What else is there? What are all the things I can make? Good upgrade the active sonar. But yeah. Oh, I'll just wait. Now nuclear development is a thing. Yay! I don't know what that means. Alright. Alright, well, document. Conch shell. Interesting. Okay. Well, with that, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please do let me know. As always, I am the Crimson Gentleman. Stay savvy.